Hey everyone, this is Dean with DCA Crypto. Got a crypto update for you guys and what I think you should be doing right now to get ready for this upcoming bull run. There's a lot of people out there that are still not in the good position for this upcoming bull run. I think this might be one of your last chances to get ready. So there's some things I want to cover in this video to help get you ready. I'd appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, smash that like button, and let's jump into it. All right, so take a look at the market here. We're still at about 1.6 trillion in market cap. Bitcoin under 40,000. I showed in my video yesterday that there's a good chance we could come down to that $36,000 level with Bitcoin, possibly lower, even all the way down as far as 32,000. I'll show you why here in just a minute. We got a lot of correction on some of the alts. A lot of the alts are down like 10, 15, 20%. So some good buys out there if you're looking to pick some up. Optimism down 22%. It's just, Arbitrum down 23%. There's some good buys out there if you're looking for them to add some to your portfolio. Now is not the time to be sitting back and trying to panic sell and try to get some profits. Profit taking was like last month when you should have been taking out profits. Now is starting to get back into the accumulation phase to get ready for the next leg up. Now, I'm going to show you what I think is going to happen here, but there's no guarantee of it here. If we go to this chart, we had this typical Wyckoff chart here where we take off, come down, take off, and then we dump down, and then we accumulate for a while, and we take off. So there's some things I want to show you about the previous cycle here that looks similar to what's going on now. If you understand the market cycle, they've got the accumulation phase, which is what we just went through, and then we typically have these bullish momentums and then a drop in the market, and then we take off into the markup phase. And then the distribution phase is when people are taking their profits out pretty hard. This is kind of like exactly what happened in the last bull run. People started taking their profits out hard. The market crashed in like May of 2021. And then we came back towards the end of the year, hit a new all-time high, just exactly like this shows. We break above the previous all-time high here. And then we came down to the bear market. And this is called the capitulation panic selling phase. So what you want to be doing is, accumulating right in here. Here is where the best time to accumulate, but if you haven't been accumulating, you've missed out on that opportunity. This other opportunity coming up is right here, likely. Now, not guaranteed by any means, but we've already started it. Some great buys out there if you're looking to add some of these coins to your portfolio. Now, there could be some better prices come, but you don't know that for sure. So you want to just buy on these dips. And then if we get a bigger correction, you can buy even lower and get your dollar cost average down. So if we look at the Bitcoin rainbow chart here, in the past bear cycle, we had this blow off top here. We came down in a big crash, and then we came all the way up like almost like 50% of the previous all-time high or higher. We got up to like 12,000. The previous all-time high was what, like 15,000. So we came up almost to the previous all-time high here. And then we came crashing back down, and then we had COVID, of course. We got to kind of ignore this, but we got all the way up in the yellow zone here. This cycle, we didn't even get up to the yellow zone here, and I think this is a good thing, because if you look at the previous ones here, they got into the blue. This one got into a little bit of the green. Then we had a correction. Then we got up almost to the green. Then we had a big correction. And then we came off in the blow off top. Same here. We stayed in the blue, and then we came off to blow off top. This one here, we got all the way up in the yellow, and then we came down. Yeah, we did get down in the blue here, the deep blue here, but just that was because of COVID, so that you really can't count this. Likely would have just probably went sideways here and then took off into this bull run, but we never got like a blow off top here in this last one. We never got up in the deep red. Being that we haven't gone all the way up into this yellow here, didn't even get up into the light green, maybe we come down and then we have another big blow off top bull run. And if we look at the chart here for 2025, it's going to tell us, what could happen potentially. This isn't guaranteed. This is just kind of like off from historical charts. But potentially, if we were to get into this red zone here towards the end of 2025 in September, you're looking at a $200,000 to $300,000 Bitcoin. The dark red, you're looking at, close to $300,000 to $400,000 Bitcoin. Not saying that's going to happen because personally, I don't see Bitcoin getting that high, but you know, if you look at what's happened in the past, it's a possibility. But either way, even if we don't get up that high, even if we only get up into this orange zone into next bull run, let's say we get more rounded off bull runs, we don't have these blow off tops anymore. Let's say we only come up into the just into the orange zone here. If we're to do that in September of 2025, let's look at where that would put us here. That's going to put us at still $176,000 to $224,000 Bitcoin. If we only got into the light orange zone, you're still looking at like $135,000 to $176,000 Bitcoin in the upcoming bull run. That is still going to be an absolutely massive bull run. Just think of what that would do to some of these other alts. You know, we're only at 40,000 now, not even. We got up to like 48,000 at the top here. And, you know, you've seen all these alts going crazy. And we never even got into a true alt cycle. So keep that in mind as well. So this bull run could be absolutely massive. And this may be your last opportunity to get ready for it. I'm going to give you some tips on how to get ready for it here in just a minute. I want to show you a few other things. Psychology of a market cycle. We got this disbelief phase, which we think we just came out of here. And then we could have this hope and recovery phase here. But we usually get these corrections before we take off into this massive bull run here. Let's look at the Bitcoin chart here from the previous bear cycle. And I'm going to do a measurement here just to show you what happened. We got all the way down to here. $3,000 Bitcoin, then we came all the way up here to like 15 or like 14,000 almost. We had a 348% increase in price of the Bitcoin during the bear cycle. That's when we got all the way up into that orange and yellow zone that I showed you here on this chart. That's when we got all the way up here in this yellow zone. So if we go back to this chart here, let's measure the correction we had after that. So we measure from there down to this low. I'm not going to go to the low because that was COVID. But this normal low that we would have had, that's a 53% correction on Bitcoin. 53% correction on Bitcoin. So people telling us that we're not going to get down to 36 or 32,000. You know, that's only, you know, if we got down to that 32,000, that's only a 35% correction on Bitcoin. So keep that in mind. Let's do the measurement here. Let's measure from here down to this 32,000 level. That's a 35% correction. Now, being that we only had, I'll show you what we came from here all the way up to here to 30 or 48,000. We had a 213% approximately, 200% increase in Bitcoin. So we didn't go 300% like we did in the last bear cycle because we're getting a little bit more rounded off in these cycles, so they're not quite as extreme. But so maybe instead of a 50% correction, we get a 30 to 35% correction this time. You know, I'm just guessing here. You know, I'm not telling you that that's what's going to happen, but it's possible that happens. And if we did that, we'd still have this trend here. You know, not good at drawing charts, but if we still have this trend here that we could stay on and not get too far out of whack with our cycle here. So basically what I'm saying here is people have been sitting on the sidelines and they missed out, you know, on getting these coins at the bottom earlier. But there's a lot of alts here that are great buys right now. There's a lot of micro caps that are almost coming down to what they were earlier last year. And a lot of them are coming into some deep corrections. Some of them are down 50% or more. Would be a good time to start really picking some of these up. There's also going to be new coins that are coming out that you'll probably be able to pick up between now and just after the halving that you could add to your portfolio before we take off into the main bull run. Now, this isn't financial advice, guys. I can't tell you for sure that this is going to happen, but based off of what's happened before, this is what's always happened. So that's all we have to really go on is what's happened in the past. And crypto has cycles, whether people want to recognize it or not. It's not necessarily just because of the halving. There's other factors in play that cause these market cycles. We got the presidential election. There's liquidity coming into the market. There's a liquidity cycle that's like every 4 years. So there's a lot of things that come into play for this that's setting us up for a decent bull run, as long as we don't have some kind of tragic event in the market, like a big housing crash or something like that. Those things could have a impact on the market, but so far things are looking good. Yeah, we could get a big correction on Bitcoin, but that's just what Bitcoin does. It's typical, normal, and healthy for crypto. It's very volatile compared to the other markets. So a 35% correction on Bitcoin is really nothing out of the normal. It's really nothing abnormal at all. It's just a normal correction for it. And when Bitcoin corrects 35%, you're going to see alts correct probably 50 to 70% or more on some of them. It just depends on the coin and how people are with their positions. There's a lot of coins that haven't pumped a lot. Those ones aren't going to have as deep a corrections as the ones that have pumped a lot. Solana could get a pretty big correction if that happens. My prediction is we're probably going to get down on that $36,000 Bitcoin or lower. And if that happens, I hope you're ready to put some funds in for the upcoming bull run. That's the time where you should be investing and not freaking out. And because this is what happens at all these cycles. And this is what happened last year when people in early 2023, where everybody's selling their coins and panic selling because the market's crashing. And everyone, I was telling everyone, this is the time to buy. This is not the time to sell. The time to sell was like a month ago when I was taking out profits and telling you guys I was taking profits. So me personally, what my plan is if this happens and we get this big correction, I'm going to be dumping as much money into this market as I possibly can. Now I'll be doing anything I can to get extra funds put into this market while we get another correction before we take off in the main bull run. Instead of being like if you bought at these higher prices and you're down on your investment now, it is what it is. It's more than likely temporary, and we're going to take off eventually into the bull run and you'll be in profit. But for now, what I would personally do is I would add more to my portfolio as we get the big price dips and sales on these coins, get my dollar cost average down, and get ready for that main bull run when we take off. So, and don't forget those Galaxis nodes, Galaxis engines. They're like a node, except you don't have to run them with any software or not. They're still only $777. They're selling pretty quick. There's I think there's almost 3,000 sold now, if I remember correctly, or over 2,000 sold, something like that. By the time this video comes out, I don't remember what the exact number is. I'll leave the link for that in the description below. You can get those and just print coins before that project even launches. You can get in that one early, and then when it launches, you'll get your coins, and you can sell them and be like the VC and getting in that project early. In those engines will constantly produce those coins and mint them every day. And there's other benefits to having those engines as well, but they're gonna make the Galaxis coin every day. It'll be in your wallet, and you can sell those coins when the project launches. You can also refer people, and you can get up to 10% referral fee for referring others to with your link. Once you buy one of those engines, you get your own link that you can share with people, and you can get between 5 and 10% depending on how many people you refer. It goes up as you refer more people, up to 10% back on whatever they purchase. So, but you're always minting those coins every day, so you're going to be able to sell those in this upcoming bull run, buying those cheap, because they're going to be up to like $3,000 at some point by the time they sell out. So right now, if you buy them at $777, and that's in USDT, 777 USDT on Polygon Network. And I know they added something on their website about, you cannot buy this in the US or whatever, but you can buy it if you're in the US. They're just trying to cover their butt in case the SEC comes after them. I've got like 4 nodes myself. I'm probably going to get more. And then I know a lot of people in my Discord and Telegram have purchased them as well. So we're getting those engines ready to mint our coins for the upcoming bull run. If you want to get in on those, the link is in the description below and the pinned comment. It's a great project with a great CEO. I did a video on it like 4 days ago if you want to go check that out. It's called Earn Passive Income or something like that. I'll try to leave the link at the end of this video for it. But I hope you guys are out there finding out ways you can make extra money to invest with the lower prices that could possibly be coming up. There's lots of things you can do. You can try to get an extra job delivering, Uber Eats, Lyft. There's lots of things you can do out there. I've donated plasma to get extra money. You can get up to like $100 per donation, and you can do that once or twice a week. You can, do lots of things out there. You could, if you're in an area where there's snow right now, you could be shoveling snow. You could be plowing snow. You could be doing lots of things to earn extra money. There's lots of things that you can do to earn extra money right now. And just keep that in mind. In the summertime, you can mow lawns if you have to earn extra money. You could do, chores for somebody. There's, you could go buy a water blaster and go wash people's houses. There's people that need their gutters cleaned in their houses right now. There's lots of things that you can do, depending on where you live. Up north, things are frozen. I live down in the south here. So there's lots of people cleaning out their gutters right now and getting their houses washed and stuff like that. There's always opportunities based on the season that you can do to get extra money out there. So try to do what you can to earn extra money and invest into these coins while they're cheap and get ready for the next bull run. Now, what I don't want you to do is go out and borrow money or put it on credit cards or something like that. That's not what you want to do. That's too risky. I'm talking about putting in funds that you can afford to lose, because crypto is high risk. So you got to keep that in mind. You don't want to dump in money that you should be paying your bills with. Absolutely not. And you shouldn't be borrowing money to put into crypto. That's a big no-no, and people that do that could really get burned, and you really have to be careful with that. So my thing is I earn extra money and put that into crypto, and if I lose it for some reason, it is what it is, but I'm not going into debt to do that. It's not hurting me financially to do that. So sure, I could be putting that money into savings or something like that, but then I'm letting the banks make money off of it, and I'm not going to freaking give them my money. I don't keep crap in my savings account. I'm not going to give the bank my money so they can make money off of my money. So, I'll put it in crypto and I'll make the money off of it. And when we're going up, even if it takes a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever it is, we're going to have another bull run eventually, and I'll take my profits out when that happens. So appreciate all of you for supporting my channel. Please give this video a quick like for the YouTube algorithm. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next video.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me, tell me, tell me.